Hi, welcome to Reacts with Jax. I'm Jax, and today I'm reacting to Doctor Strange. Now, this is one of the few movies that I've seen before I started my MCU journey for this reaction channel, and I loved it. I loved it so much. That being said, as always, I'm so excited to see how this is going to play into the broader MCU storyline. And this is going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to going back into this world. And now that I'm looking at the thumbnail, I've just realized my Captain America shirt is kind of the same color as Doctor Strange's outfit, which is cool. I'm on theme. And I got a Captain America shirt. How exciting is this? My mom got me this shirt as a gift right after I filmed Captain America Civil War. Let's get started with Doctor Strange. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my uploads. And like this video if you enjoyed this content. It really supports my channel. Let's get started. I want to know what every single one of those books says. Oh, they just appeared out of nowhere. I didn't remember that I'd need Lammy so soon. You just defiled a book. How dare you?
Hypocrite!
Interesting that he calls her the hypocrite. Having seen this before, I get the luxury of kind of understanding any of the foreshadowing later. This is so incredible. This to me is some of the best CGI fight scenes, and I do not know how this stuff is going to play into the world that we've seen so far. Like, what is Tony Stark going to do if he ever learns about this kind of stuff? His hands. I love that close-up. So much attention on his hands, showing how important they are. Oh, I love being able to see this movie again. I actually kind of wanted to go back and watch all the MCU movies again, so this is fun.
Well, Billy, what feels so good made it charted in 1978. The album was released in December of 1977.
He has way too much room in his brain to be like at the top of his field and to know he knows everything.
He's a donor.
Slow down. I did not agree to that.
I don't need you to. We've already called brain death.
Prematurely. We need to get it prepped for suboccipital craniality.
Wasn't he in Men in Black 3?
He's not dead, but he is dying. Still want to harvest his organs.
I'll assist you.
No.
Oh, that doctor was trying his best though. Every time I see something like this, I'm always like, what would Dr. Mike say? Thank you. Can you have strands of hair? I thought the whole point of the cap was to keep hair out.
This isn't a time for showing off, Strange.
How about 10 minutes ago when you called the wrong time of death?
He's just so egotistical, and I love it. I wonder who's more egotistical, him or Tony. I gotta see them in a room together. Oh, God, I just feel like it's going into my head.
Dr. West, cover your watch.
'Cause the sound. Okay, good. Wouldn't that suck if he dropped it back in there? He turns away. Don't hug me, peasant.
Look, I'm fusing transected spinal cords. I'm stimulating neurogenesis in the central nervous system.
I have a very strict rule against dating college.
Oh, really?
I call it the Strange policy.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad something's named after me.
Wait, I thought they were dating.
Stephen, everything is about you.
Maybe we could hyphenate. Strange Palmer technique.
Palmer Strange.
I like that she doesn't back down with him. That's really fun. It kind of reminds me of Tony and Pepper, to be honest.
Billy, what do you got for me?
I've got a 35-year-old Air Force colonel, crushed his lower spine in some kind of experimental armor.
Wasn't that from, Iron Man 2? Question mark?
To the right.
Oh my God, did that person just spin? Oh, It said like they had a spine injury. Was that the guy who got turned in the Iron Man suit? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, you know what I love about this? While he's rejecting people he doesn't think are important enough for him to save and rejecting the ER, he goes to the ER and then becomes the person he wouldn't have wanted to save himself. Such a great turn of events. I feel terrible for him, but overall, really great storytelling.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
This would be terrifying.
Severe nerve damage in both hands. You were on the table for 11 hours. Wow. No one could have done better.
I could have done better.
Well, if you're the best, then no one can be better than you. That must have been such a sobering moment for him, having to rely on everyone else.
Pass a stent down the brachial artery into the radial artery.
It's possible.
All I need is possible.
What I do like about each of these superheroes is that they have the very thing that makes them, oftentimes taken away from them at the start of their journey. And it makes for a really powerful story.
Show me his file.
It take me a while to pull the files from the archive, but if it proves your arrogant ass wrong.
He's doing such a good job with the physicalities of his hands. It's making me want to hold mine.
What you want from me is impossible, Stephen. And I've got my own reputation to consider.
Wait.
Can't help you.
No.
Bonne chance, mon ami.
No, wait!
So would one bad surgery ruin a surgeon's reputation?
This isn't the end. There are other things that can give your life meaning.
Like what? Like you?
You care so much, don't you?
Goodbye, Stephen.
That was such a great scene. He can't write his name. Well, he can, just not very well. I love the directing of this. The first time it went to that trophy case, it went to all of his stuff. And now it just goes to him sitting alone in a room.
I don't know you.
I'm Stephen Strange, a neurosurgeon.
Man, I do know you. I came to your office once. You refused to see me.
You turned him down.
The place you're looking for is called Kamartaj, but the cost there is high.
Kamartaj. I don't remember what the cost is, other than realizing that all of this is not what it seems, because it's so much more.
Excuse me. Kamartaj, you know where?
How did this guy find this place mostly paralyzed? Because he's having a hard time and he can just wander around the city for as long as he wants.
Okay.
Uh-oh. He doesn't have any money.
Your watch.
Okay.
No, please. It's all I have left.
Your watch.
Dude, your hand is not something that you should use to fight people.
Thank you, Ancient One, for seeing me.
You're very welcome. Mr. Strange.
Doctor, actually. Good tea.
What kind? I could use a good recommendation.
What if I told you that your own body could be convinced to put itself back together in all sorts of ways?
I love that.
Here without a governing medical board? I mean, just how experimental is your treatment?
Very.
I know how to reorient the spirit to better heal the body.
The spirit to heal the body. You're just another tiny, momentary speck within an indifferent universe.
You think too little of yourself.
I see through you.
That would be so trippy.
What is real? What mysteries lie beyond the reach of your senses?
Are these realms he's going into? Like, where is he right now?
Dark places where powers older than time lie.
Older than time. That would be around the same time as the Infinity Stones were invented, right? I wonder if what she's talking about is going to start impacting the future of the MCU.
Have you seen that before in a gift shop?
I haven't, but that's just me personally. I can't speak for him.
Teach me.
No.
That is so mean. Like, that is so mean. Although theoretically, couldn't he do this by himself now that he knows it exists?
You think I was wrong to cast him out?
5 hours later, he's still on your doorstep.
Well, who would leave? How long would you be on the doorstep until she let you back in? I feel like I would just start living there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Time will tell how much I love you.
Mr. Strange.
Stephen, please. And you are?
Wow.
He's no longer telling people he's a doctor.
Those books are far too advanced for anyone other than the Sorcerer Supreme. If a volume from this collection should be stolen again, I'd know it, and you'd be dead before you ever left the compound.
What if it's just overdue? Any late fees I should know about maiming, perhaps? You know, people used to think that I was funny.
Did that work for you?
Lovely talking to you. Thank you for the books and for the horrifying story and for the threat upon my life.
You're welcome. I wonder if the Ancient One knows about the Infinity Stones. And I'm trying to think about which stones we've gotten so far, because if this one's all about time, is there a time stone? We have a Mind Stone, reality, space, and power. But I don't know what the other two are, or what colors they're gonna be. Because each one so far has been a different color. This is visually so cool. It seems like these people would be more powerful than the Avengers, though. I mean, how would the Hulk defeat you if you were transforming the entire world around him?
Mastery of the sling ring is essential. They allow us to travel throughout the multiverse. Visualize.
So where does the sling ring come from?
It's not about your hands.
How is this not about my hands?
Good job.
You cannot beat a river into submission. You have to surrender to its current.
I control it by surrendering control. It doesn't make any sense.
That's what Vision said. He said something like, humans don't understand that control and chaos are the same thing. He said people think in such a linear fashion. Wouldn't it be cool to see the Ancient One meet Vision? I don't think we're gonna see that, because I've seen the end of this movie, but...
A person can last for 30 minutes before suffering permanent loss of function, but you'll likely go into shock within the first 2.
How's our new recruit?
We shall see any second now.
No, not again.
Not again? Who did she do this to the first time? You? Good job. That's pretty good for how bad your hands were shaking.
What do you want, Strange?
Books on astral projection.
You're not ready for that.
Try me, Beyonce. Come on. You've heard of her. She's a huge star, right? Do you ever laugh?
I do. It's hard for me to believe that Wong genuinely wouldn't know this was happening. That is so cool.
Now I'm being told to blindly accept rules that make no sense.
Like the rule against conjuring a gateway in the library.
That's why he wouldn't have suspected it. Okay.
You need a safe space to practice your spells.
A safe space. You know, if Bruce Banner ever hulks out again, they can just create this space for him if Doctor Strange merges with the Avengers. I don't think he's going to be a very good team player, but...
The real world isn't affected by what happens here.
Because this seems like it would be a lot more effective than Veronica.
How ancient is she?
No one knows the age of the Sorcerer Supreme. Only that she's Celtic and never talks about her past.
She's Celtic.
Trust your teacher and don't lose your way.
Like Icilius.
He left Kamar-Taj. Disciples followed him like sheep.
Hey now, you say that like it's an insult.
No more questions.
What's that?
That's
something he can beat you with.
This is a relic. Some magic is too powerful to sustain, so we imbue objects with it.
When do I get my relic?
When you're ready.
I think I'm ready.
You're ready when the relic decides you're ready.
Oh, the wand chooses the wizard.
Fight! Fight like your life depended on it!
Because one day it will, yeah.
Because one day, it may.
It's almost like I've seen this before. One more time. Oh, she's not responding. What is the point of going into that book?
What?
Don't do this without supervision. Well, I guess they wouldn't let you do it if you asked. But knowing that this bad guy was kind of testing the limits just like you, why would you want to do this? Agamotto. I'm doing it like I'll have the same results. Right, he can manipulate time. Could you do that to your hands? Go back to before they were injured? No way! Of course he can do that, yeah.
Branches in time, unstable dimensional openings, time loops!
Really should put the warnings before the spell.
What you just did takes more than a good memory.
You were born for the mystic arts. But heroes like the Avengers protect the world from physical dangers. Ancient One is the latest in a long line of Sorcerers Supreme, going back thousands of years to the father of the mystic arts, mighty Agamotto.
Agamotto.
Sorcerer who created the eye you so recklessly borrowed.
And he's still wearing it. You didn't ask him to put it back yet? My goodness, you are trustworthy.
Sanctums generate protective shield around our world.
The sanctums protect the world, and we sorcerers protect the sanctums.
Wow.
Mamamoo dwells in the dark dimension, beyond time, and he hungers for Earth most of all.
Why?
Caecilius!
I love how supportive Wong and I think his name is Mordo were of Doctor Strange, where they were like, you were born for this. You know, they didn't see his acceleration as a threat. They saw it as a good thing, which I think is great. Blecker Street. Is that London? Or is that New York?
Hello?
Hello. This is so cool. Conceptually, this has to be my favorite Avenger movie. I mean, not Avenger movie, MCU movie. Because the concepts are just so wild. But it does also open up a door to the potentiality of so many more threats, because I'm curious as to what Dormammu, I think that's his name, how Dormammu relates to Thanos. Because we were told that Thanos is the biggest, baddest thing in the universe, but now we're also told there are infinite universes. So Thanos isn't the biggest, baddest.
Doctor. Mr. Doctor. It's strange.
Mr. Doctor.
Baby.
It's strange. This music is so epic. You are so outmatched. And yet somehow you're still alive. And people far more advanced at you in this are dead. Running in sand is so tough. Okay. Can't she just... With the ring? Or... Yeah, it's with the ring. You can create one of those portals.
You don't know how to use that, do you?
No. No, 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 no. Nope. Nope. Trust your relic.
What?
Don't let him speak louder.
Oh, stop it.
I said stop it. You cannot stop this, Mr. Doctor.
This is so funny.
Time is the true enemy of us all. Time kills everything.
What about the people you killed?
Momentary specks within an indifferent universe.
Kind of what you said when you first got here.
You think that's funny?
No, not that. What's funny is that you've lost your sling ring.
Oh my god. Whew. Oh. Come on. Does his cape not work unless he's wearing a sling ring? Oh no, it still works. There we go. Sling ring. I forgot he does this. He goes back to her to get help at the ER once again.
What happened?
Stabbed. Cardiac tamponade.
What are you wearing?
If you've ever wondered if your doctor judges you.
No, Stephen.
He's still wearing that eye.
Just a little while.
I'm gonna have to vanish now. Keep me alive, will you?
I would feel like I was going crazy. Oh, they move things in the physical realm. Ah, I would love some of those. It's your lucky day.
Hit me again.
Stop doing that.
Up the voltage and hit me again.
No. If I was her, I would be so worried I was just having a delusion. Wow. You just killed someone. I think that's the first person that he intentionally killed, which is probably intense for someone who spent his whole life trying to save people. Interesting they're doing a close-up on that, so it does have a lot of significance still. I don't remember if we find out more about what it is. I'm assuming it's a relic. Well, they said it was a relic of the original sorcerer. Is it an Infinity Stone? I've seen this, but I don't remember.
Where have you been?
I talked to someone called the Ancient One, and...
Oh, so you joined a cult?
No. Did teach me to tap into powers that I never even knew existed.
Yeah, that sounds like a cult.
It's not a cult.
Well, that's what a cultist would say.
Oh.
The dialogue in this is so great.
I really do have to go.
It's just occurring to me that we learned from the Collector that there were a group of ancient beings that tried to maintain the Infinity Stones, but they couldn't. I'm wondering if this is that stone that was attempted to be maintained by a group of, like, ancient ones.
You defended the New York Sanctum from attack. With its master gone, it needs another. Master Strange.
You just promoted him over that guy.
When I became a doctor, I swore an oath to do no harm, and I have just killed a man. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
You want to go back to the delusion that you can control anything, even death, which no one can control.
Not even Dormammu.
Measure your next words very carefully, Doctor.
Because you might not like them.
Because you may not know of what you speak.
The acting is so great in this film.
They're back. We have to end this.
Now!
The mirror dimension.
Of course! Good job. Wait.
Their connection to the dark dimension makes them more powerful in the mirror dimension. They can't affect the real world.
That's right. I couldn't remember why this was bad. That's why it's bad. Unless you get out and then leave them stranded in the mirror dimension. What happens if you're stranded in the mirror dimension?
That is hilarious.
Yes, it is, John Lee!
This was a mistake.
Can't you just open up a little portal and shoot right into it? Am I oversimplifying things? Probably. Where does one reality start and another one begin? Like, it's so nonsensical. I don't even know how you would run from someone in this world. There we go. Yeah, the Sorceress Supreme. With her little fan of power.
It's true. She does draw power from the dark dimension.
Right.
Dormammu deceives you. You have no idea what he truly is. His eternal life is not paradise.
Liar.
I do feel badly for him and all of his followers because I don't think that they realize what they're asking for. I do think death would be better than the result that they end up having. No one should be stuck in the dark dimension. Oh my gosh, you killed your friend in order to kill her. Oh God.
Christine!
Are you kidding me?
Nick. We need to relieve the pressure on our brain.
I love that. That's one of the best parts of this whole film. Especially since this is one of the most important people that will ever exist in his life, and he has to trust somebody else to save her.
Arrogance and fear still keep you from learning the simplest and most significant lesson of all.
Which is?
It's not about you.
I think that's my favorite line in this movie.
Only together do you stand a chance of stopping Dormammu.
I'm not ready.
No one ever is. We don't get to choose our time. I think after all this time I'd be ready. But look at me, stretching one moment out into 1,000.
Wow. What a beautiful speech. I love this close-up on his hands again. Oh.
I don't want you to go.
A cheek kiss.
Stop.
Okay. It looks like they're wearing sunglasses from afar. I thought they were rolling in with sunglasses. They're not. It's the markings of the Dark Realm.
No one steps foot in this sanctum. No one.
She taught us it was forbidden. She did what she thought was right. The bill comes due. The sanctum's already fallen.
Wow. Okay.
Nothing can stop you.
Not necessarily.
Yes. This is such a cool concept that you see the end results of a war, but then you can rewind it. So theoretically, this would create a time branch where one version of Earth is then getting taken over by the Dark Realm. I don't know, because they said using this could create a branch in time, but I don't know if it's a requirement for there to be a branch in time. Oh! I really don't know what the MCU world is going to look like after this movie. Like, will the world be different in the next movie because of all of this rewinding? I wonder. That cape is so helpful. That seems to be the only relic that has awareness. Like, all the other relics you kind of have to use intentionally, but that one just kind of does what it wants. Wong!
Breaking the laws of nature, I know. Well, don't stop now.
Oh.
You can't fight the inevitable. Isn't it beautiful? A world beyond time. Beyond time. Strange!
I hate this realm. I think I'm supposed to, though. I think it would be weird if I was like, this is awesome.
It's gone. Even Strange has left you and surrendered to his power.
What a difficult position for him to be in. His mentor's not who he thought he was. She was.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. You come to die.
That's such a gamble, though.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. You've come to die.
Gosh, Doctor Strange is so willing to sacrifice himself now. How great is that?
This is time. Endless, looped time.
If that thing is capable of bringing time into a realm that's timeless, that has to be a stone.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Dormammu! 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 Dormammu!
This is such a great scene. Everything that he's willing to sacrifice and go through for the people of Earth, it's pretty incredible.
Never win.
No, but I could lose again and again.
That makes you my prisoner. Take your zealots from the earth and your assault on my world. Never come back. Do it, and I'll break the loop.
If he hungers for Earth, most of all, I do wonder if that'll ever come back in the future.
What have you done?
I made a bargain.
What is this?
Eternal life is part of the one. You're not gonna like it.
I do hate that they can't just die, you know? I think they're the only people in the MCU so far that we've seen who have to be basically tortured for all of eternity, and they don't get any kind of end.
Yeah, you know, you really should have stolen the whole book because the warnings come after the spells.
Yes, they do. You're laughing at that? That wasn't even a joke. If they froze time, that means even the Avengers wouldn't have even known that this was going on.
You still think there will be no consequences, Strange? No price to pay. The bill comes due.
What is the bill? Oh, this is so interesting.
Go wear the Eye of Agamotto once you've mastered its powers. Until then, best not to walk the streets wearing an Infinity Stone. Word of the Ancient One's death will spread through the multiverse. There's no Sorcerer Supreme to defend it. We must be ready.
We'll be ready.
This is so cool. It's so fun actually knowing what's happening in the MCU when you see a Marvel movie. So that, gosh, there were a lot of Infinity Stones on Earth. Earth is a very important place, apparently. So interesting, he said that they broke the natural order of things by Doctor Strange using the Infinity Stone that breaks the natural order of things. Because if so, that means any person who's used an Infinity Stone has consequences to pay. This was so good. This was even better. I loved this movie the first time I saw it, but this was even better than I remember because I understood it so much more contextually. Oh, and I can't wait to see what the ending credit scenes are. Yay, ending credit scenes.
So Earth has wizards now, huh?
Tea? I don't drink tea.
I drink tea.
Loki, why bring him here to New York?
Family drama, that kind of thing, but we're looking for my father.
If you found Odin, you'd all return to Asgard promptly.
Oh yes, promptly.
So you're gonna help him find Odin?
Allow me to help you.
Oh my God. What? Okay, so this takes me back to when we were watching Thor, The Dark World, and at the very end of it, Loki was pretending to be Odin. He didn't take the hammer back, which I thought was great. Thor goes back to Earth to spend time with Jane and then inevitably continues to fight with the Avengers. I think the next time we saw him was the Avengers Age of Ultron. I was wondering what had happened to Odin and at what point were people going to realize that Loki was deceiving everybody. And now we know. So as far as this ending credit scene goes, Loki has been brought back to Okay, there are so many different storylines going on. Thor, at the very end of Age of Ultron, went back to Asgard to find out information about why all the Infinity Stones were popping up and what it all meant. I wonder if Thor knows that there's an Infinity Stone here with Doctor Strange. It's all coming together and it's so cool. I wonder why Thor brought Loki back to Earth. What was the point of that? Okay. So Thor and Loki are back on Earth Doctor Strange is monitoring Earth to figure out who's coming in and who's out. That's actually really great. I hope that Doctor Strange starts working with the Avengers. I think this was kind of their way of saying he will be working with the Avengers. I tend to love it when all of the members of this world are interacting with one another, but I might be speaking too soon. Maybe I won't like Doctor Strange mixed with this whole group. I don't know. I just feel like he would be a really great addition with all of his powers, but his personality is a lot. Although I do like how playful they all are with the comedy, so hopefully nothing's gonna get too combative. And we did just come out of a civil war between all the Avengers. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. Wait a minute. I don't think Thor was in Civil War. No, because Thor and the Hulk were both not in Civil War. So timeline-wise, where does this fall on the timeline? Okay, so based on what I think the timeline is, if that guy who got his back twisted was the same guy that was being referenced in the beginning of this movie, then that means that the beginning of this movie was taking place at the same time as Iron Man 2. And by the end of this movie, then we get to Civil War. Gosh, there's so many different storylines. It's kind of hard to keep it all straight. I need like a cheat sheet. My mind is just blown. When I originally saw this movie, it did not dawn on me that there were so many references to what was going on in the entire MCU. And now that I'm seeing it through this perspective, this was so interconnected with everything going on in the MCU. And that's awesome and so exciting. You guys must have just had so much fun in the movie theaters when that ending credit scene came on. This looks like it's on Earth. Oh, this guy! Oh gosh, my other headphone.
The true purpose of a sorcerer is to twist things out of their proper shape. Why are you doing this? Because I see at long last what's wrong with the world. Too many sorcerers.
So he's a villain now. Doctor Strange will return. Well, I figured. I figured he would return, considering he said, I'm gonna help you, Thor. Oh my god, that was such a terrible, terrible way to end this. I went from being so happy to being so sad for that guy. I really hope we see him again and that we see him be able to get his powers back. How did Mordo? I always want to say Mordor because Lord of the Rings. How did he take his powers from him? That leads me to think that whenever Doctor Strange appears again, they said Doctor Strange will return, that perhaps Mordo will be there to wreak a little havoc. You know, from a character perspective, to me, that makes a lot of sense. In this movie, we saw the villain become a villain after he realized that the Sorceress Supreme had been lying. And it makes complete sense that Mordo would also kind of take on a villainous role when he realizes that this ancient one that he's been following for so long would be lying to him as well. I mean, he was so loyal to her. My goodness. Thank you so much for being here. I had so much fun watching this movie with you. I could keep talking about this and theorizing what's going to happen for ages, so I'm just going to wrap this up here to get to the next movie as quickly as possible. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss my next upload. I come out with a new MCU reaction every other Friday. And like this video if you enjoy this content. It really supports my channel and I appreciate it so much. And Lamby and I will see you next time. Bye.